Hello, hello. Happy Thursday and welcome to Let's Make a Card. Yes, we are only making a card tonight. We're going to focus just on that, and I have a really pretty card to share with you, I think. This is our card. I just love these colors and the detail and the texture, so I'm excited. Let me know when you're here. I know we've been doing lots of different things, and I've been showing you some fun simples and some memory keeping and using them in a scrapbook or maybe using them on the wall. But tonight it's all about cards, and I'm going to try and keep them separate because I feel like I'm kind of scattered and all over the place, and I bet you feel that way too. So I'm going to try and do just one or the other. And I'll try and tell you ahead of time what it's going to be on that given day. Wednesdays are going to be set for just simples, just the layouts, things that use your Cricut. Whereas tonight and on Monday, we'll be making cards. And we'll be using not our Cricut. Using lots of other things, but not the Cricut. So if that makes sense, that might make it easier for you to schedule, gee, when do I want to watch? Because if you don't have a Cricut, then it's probably not much fun for you to come hang out when we're talking about all these cool things and you don't have one. But those of you that do have a Cricut want to use it for some of our other paper crafting adventures. So I'll keep that on Wednesday. Try and keep me on track. You know, I'm like, there's a squirrel and maybe I need to go see what it was. I'm terrible. Bright, sparkly things get my attention. Hey, Lana. Okay, so now I know you're here. Let's get going with our card. This is the one that I chose for tonight, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about it. This is all about the Parisian Suite, Parisian Blossoms. This is in the catalog on page 14. We're using some of it. We're not using all of it. We're using the Designer Series paper, which is really amazing. It's Petal Pink and Cherry Cobbler and Pool Party and Champagne, some really great colors together. We are going to use the Forever Blossoms bundle tonight. I don't have the Parisian Beauty, which is the Eiffel Tower. Gorgeous, but I don't have it. We're using the Flourish folder, the Rhinestones. I'm not sure about the ribbon. I'll show it to you, but I don't know if we're going to be using it. Okay, so that's what we're working on. Hey, Jean. Remember, that starts on page 14 in the catalog, and this paper is really pretty cool. It's a little busy in some respects, but it's great in small pieces, I think. And this is Petal Pink and Cherry Cobbler, which would not necessarily be my favorite designs, and it's Locks and Keys. Think Valentine's Day. And on the other side is the Fleur de Lis, right? Sounds super cool. This one has luggage and passport-ish stamps. Hi, Rosemary. And on the other side, it's kind of a, oh, it's a passport thing with the Eiffel Tower on it. 2 pages of that. The keys, mine are not in order because I've been playing with them. This has Champagne Eiffel Tower. Pretty cool. And then this one is, as you can tell, there's not much of it left. I really like that. It's in the Pool Party with the Petal Pink and the Champagne on top of it. And if you tip, you can see the glimmer on the paper. I like that one. All right, so that gives you an idea of what is in the paper pack. Tonight, we are going to start with our basic card, which started originally was an 8.5 by 11, and I cut it in half. So now I have 2 pieces, right? And then I have a piece of that paper I told you I love, that Designer Series paper. And this is one side, but I kind of like this other side too, which is again that kind of wallpapery-ish Fleur de Lis. That is only going to show a little bit around the edge. So whichever one you like, I used this one. And I'm going to put that down. But I kind of like the other side too. So it's a big decision with these papers. They're really so pretty. And that's going to go right there. Then I have a piece of Whisper White, not the thick, just the regular, and it is 3 3/4 by 5, and that's going to fit right here. But before I put it down, we are going to run it through the embossing folder, and this is the one that is in that set I don't remember its name again. It is the Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder. Oh, good, good. Yes, they shipped out today. Those of you that ordered the Simple Kit last night, I shipped those out today. So remember, these folders have that line on the bottom. It looks like it's part of the logo, but it helps you to line up the paper to make sure that you're nice and straight. And if you don't already have it, this is way easier to use with your regular plate on your, if you're using a Big Shot. Kathy, this is the Parisian Blossoms Designer Series paper. And so if you're using the blue plate, you're just, plate, you're going to use the regular base and then the plate and then the 3D folder, and it works great. And you're going to run that through your Big Shot. Yes, Stampin' Up! Does not sell the Big Shot anymore, but we do have the plates back in stock in case you needed more. So then you get this really cool look, right? Let me bring you down so you can see it, right? It's really pretty. So I am going to take a sponge, which it was a full circle, and I've been cutting pieces out of it because you don't need a lot. Now, some people, Mary Lou, has this really great box and she saves all of her sponges in the right colors with the ink. She's super organized. I use it till I've used all 3 sides and I throw it away and start again. But Mary Lou is really good about it. I don't think she's here today. Yeah. Oh, there she is. Were your ears burning, Mary Lou? I was just talking about you. I said you have a box with really neat, and all your sponges are in the right color and you save them all. I use it till I use up the sides and then I throw it away. But you are very good about it. Okay, so we're going to ink this little baby up. My petal pink is really drying out, but we will make it. And I don't have a re-inker for this one. Of course not. And this is the color I wanted. So we're just going to gently go over it. And what this does, you don't want a lot of ink anyway, and petal pink is so light, but it really helps the embossing super pop. If you're finding, and again, this is really going to depend on your particular die cut machine and its pressure, and they're all kind of unique, even if you're using the same sandwich that I'm using. Some of them are just stronger than others. If you're finding that it's cracking the paper, you're going to want to mist the paper a little bit with just one of our spritzers and just dampen it a little. It'll also make the embossing folder kind of do. What that does is it lets the fibers in the paper stretch and not tear. So if you find that you're embossing using this sandwich that you think that you're supposed to use, it's going through okay, but it's tearing your paper a little, or it's not giving you a good result, you're just going to spritz it. Not wet it so it's dripping, just spritz it a little. All right, so we get that look. Just really not crazy, right? And then just go around the edge with your sponge. This is really subtle because this is such a light ink, but I kind of like it. Alrighty, and now we are ready to put this on. This is going to go right on here, and I used my, hello Ginger, I used my dimensionals. I had this really funny picture, I'll post it later, that I took a picture of my carpet and circled the dimensionals that were all over it. I swear, it's a trail from my room to the kitchen. No matter what I do, I can't seem to not have them everywhere. So there we go. And now we're going to do this little baby. And I decided I'm using the Petal Pink. This is the stamp set that we're using, the Forever Blossoms, and we're using the big stamp. But instead of doing this in a different color, I'm going to do some heat embossing with clear embossing powder. It looks really cool, as you can tell, if I didn't lose the card. See, that's done with the clear embossing powder. It's really cool. All right, so let's do that. So we take our Versamark and we ink this up. And then we're going to stamp this. This is a big stamp, so you want to make sure that you really give it some good pressure. If you're not getting a good ink and a good stamp, you can use your Stamparatus if you think you're feeling like it's just not working out for you right. All right, you can kind of see there's a subtle color, and then we're going to sprinkle our clear embossing powder all over everything. Make sure you cover it all really well. And this is going to be the highlight of my card. Shake off the excess, and it seriously looks like you've done nothing. But it'll be okay. It's clear on light pink, so it's just really looking like I didn't do a thing. And then I'm going to put the excess back in the jar and put the cover on. Okay. Make sure I don't have any all over the table. Then I'm going to take my heat tool. I'm going to let it warm up just a little bit. And then bring it on. And you're going to see, this goes pretty quickly actually. There we go. Isn't that cool? I love it. Ooh, super cool. All right. You can kind of see the glimmer to it, right? That's the clear, just making it nice and shiny. Then I have the bundle for this, which gives us the dies, and it's kind of an assortment. These are our dies. It's some small leaves, flowers. You could build your own. I'm using the one that fits the stamp. If I want to use the pieces, it fits these. So then you can create your own dimensional ones. I'm sticking with the easy one tonight. And I'm just going to lay this on. You could always come back later and add more to it. And pop that on. Actually, you know what? I have time. Let's do it right now. Let's grab this flower. We have to heat emboss it again. You don't mind, do you? Let's grab that flower and we can do the leaves too. Hold on. Okay. 1, 2. You had nowhere to go, right? Okay, good. But I want to use, and I know I have a piece right here, a piece of Mossy Meadow. So this one's going to be a little different than the one that I showed you. But, you know, you guys are here, so let's do something a little different. So I'm going to do the flower, and then those guys are going to go on the other one. Okay. And we're going to make our Versamark here. Let's do a flower. Let's do 2. leaves. Double leaf. Okay. So now, bring you back. I swear, heat embossing just makes you look like so good. It's just something about it. It's really not difficult, but it just looks like knock your socks off cool. And I really like the clear. Something a little different. Okay. This flower doesn't look super good, but I can live with it. Ooh, those look good. Okay, set you guys right there. Put our powder back. And now we're ready to heat her up. Ooh, there we go. Right? Okay, super cool. There's our pink. Let's bring our green in. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, wow, look at that go. Ooh, I love it. It so is, right? Okay, cool. And truthfully, it's not perfect. If I look really close, I might see, I don't really like that. But you know what? It's really cool. A little more in there. Maybe just a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. I do that wrong every time. All right, so now let's bring our flowers in. And our die, there's that one. There's our, that looks like a whale tail to me. We have 2 of those. Okay. So now let's figure you out where you're gonna go. You're gonna go right there. Again, this is perfect use of those little flags that I told you about. They're Post-it flags and they hold everything in place. They're great. And they don't wreck your image. Now remember, I got to switch out my plates because I'm going from the embossing folder, which was the regular platform and the blue one. And I'm going to switch that up to my magnetic one and then 2 clear plates. And because these are little, I can just do these all right through at the same time. As long as everybody stays where it's supposed to stay. We're going to hold off the other ones. We don't want to get greedy here. Okay. Run that through. Ooh, so cool, right? So cool. All right. You're good. Let's see, how do you guys do? It's like, I feel like I'm at the hairdresser's taking out the perm rollers. How did it go? Good? Bad? No? It's always a question. Perms never go well with me. I don't do perms. But I love it when I watch other people do it. There's that one. And this one. Did everybody get to choose their favorite celebration item? There's some really cool stuff this time around. Okay. All right, I think that's everything. Oops, one more. There. Okay. So now, Mary Lou, lots. I know, me too. So now, because I did these extras, I'm going to take my little, remember I said I'm making this a really cool embellishment. So I'm going to take my little dimensionals, and they're going to go right on top of this one. And this one. So those of you that are here for the simples, this could be an incredible layout embellishment that you would pop in the corner because it's really pretty cool. Now, I don't want to put this on top of everything, so I'm going to kind of tuck you under here. And you are going to go down here, and then I'm going to put it on the card front, and then I can add to it. Right? See? Okay, so then we have this. We have 2 more leaves to go in. And we are going to pop this up. I can use the regular ones back here. Can you see why I'm walking around with these dots all over my feet? These little backings get everywhere. But dimensionals are so cool. I'll put up with the crazy little dots because they're just so gorgeous. You ready? And you're going to go like that. And then a couple more leaves need to get popped on. Right? Pretty cool. Now remember, this is done with Versamark and clear powder. And it really just looks so cool. And then we're going to take a few, we're not quite done, we have to put our sentiment on, but we're going to grab a couple of, these are the champagne rhinestones. And honestly, I know I can use the take your pick, but I seem to have better control with my fingers. But let me show you how. I use the pointy part rather than the spatula and just put it down. And I'm using the big ones. Alrighty, get off of there. Whoops. I do have better luck with my fingers. Okay, there's that. Oh, I want you to tuck under too. I don't like you on top like that. There. That's better. All right. Now, I also, on this one, I took a little bit of Wink of Stella and just went over a little bit on the flowers. I almost think you don't have to because the heat embossing is so glimmery. Okay, for this piece, I just took a scrap of Whisper White and I took the Always and Forever and I used the Petal Pink on it. Really subtle. Then my Timeless Label Punch. And then I took, whoops, and I just dabbed it in all the way around the edge. So that it wouldn't blend in with the embossing. And some more dimensionals. This is a lumpy card. Whoops, not upside down. Popped you right in there. Get your leaf. Get up. Get under there. And then I took 3 of the itty bitty ones and just lined them up on the edge of my sentiment. My nails are really short right now, so maybe that's why I'm having good luck with it. If my nails were long, it'd probably be in the way. So I don't know. This is super subtle, but I love the detail on the leaves on this one. Alrighty. This is in the classroom. Remember, it's in the free classroom. If you're not there yet, you're going to go to karamiller.com, click on classroom, said all of that without any trouble tonight, and look for free 2020 classes. It's one classroom, and I put everything that I do in Facebook in that one classroom. The sketches in there with the measurements. It's also got the shopping list that I show you what I actually used. And I think that's it. Oh, and then the recording from this and a picture of what the card looks like. So lots of stuff in that free classroom. Make sure you check it out. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all on Monday. And if you have any Stampin' Up! Questions, just drop me a note. Happy to help. Bye.